Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today we have this position. It's white to move in draw. So you can pause the video to find the answer on your own. Okay, so what seems to be the problem here? The problem, black has this pawn on h2, ready to promote on the next move. It doesn't seem very obvious how can we stop it, because we need the bishop here in order to stop the pawn, or else we're gonna be losing this game. So we have to move the king. But you might say, even if we move the king, it doesn't matter where, he can still promote. Well, let's see about that. For example, if we moved anywhere with the king, it's going to be losing, except only one square. So for example, if you play here, black can just play queen promotion, and we have no check, we have nothing. If you went here, uh, black cannot promote pawn. The reason for that, black has to play knight to f2 to stop this check. Now you might say, well, after this check doesn't do anything. No, actually it does a lot. This check, we can win the queen, because whenever he takes, we have this fork with the knight, and after he takes, we save the game and got the draw. So that's why it doesn't work. But king to d2 is actually losing, because black can play either knight to f2 or knight to g5 to stop this check. Now we have no way to actually do anything about this. We might play, we cannot even play this move, bishop to a2, because then he can promote. And yes, we have this check, king will take, bishop sacrificed right here, so that whenever he takes, we have this fork and we win the queen. But the problem with this move, because of d2, we cannot play this because queen takes with a check. That's why king to d2 is bad. Okay, so the only square that is good for white to save the game, it is to play king to b2. The reason for that, there are no checks either with the knight, or whenever he tries to promote, we have this bishop to e4 check, or we can play something even, yeah, I think bishop to e4 is fine. Queen takes here, we give a check, king takes, and then we win the queen. But hold on, before he promotes the pawn, he can stop us from giving this check by playing knight f2. Now we don't have this check, the next move will be a promotion. So what do? Well, now we play bishop to a2, because whenever he promotes, we have this check. Yes, whenever he promotes, we have this check. He takes, but you might say, hold on, we have no knight fork. Well, yes, we does. We have this check. If the king moves, we're going to win his queen, and if he takes us, fork, and we win the queen, and this is a draw. Okay, but before he promotes, he needs to stop this check. So what do? Here, black has to play something good. For example, he plays knight to d3 check. Here, if you play anything else other than king to a3, it will be losing. Now you're going to see why. After king to c3, for example, black cannot promote right away because of the same tactic. But black here, because of this check, he can play knight to f4 and stop us from going here. But now you might say, okay, come on, that's easy. We go back to b1. Whenever he promotes, we have this check and we have the fork. The problem with king to c3 that it allows another check by the knight. It doesn't matter if we get here to try to attack it. What black wants to do, he wants to block the bishop check so that he can promote. Now we have no check. This move doesn't do anything. We have no check. We cannot take. This fork doesn't help. He can just take this pawn, and we're going to be losing. That's why after this knight to d3 check, we have to play king to a3, running away from all the checks. And whenever he plays knight to f4 to try to block us, well, now we can go back to b1. He cannot go takes here because we have a check. He takes, that's a fork, and we win the queen. What if he takes this pawn? Well, it doesn't matter. We have bishop to e4, and we're also stopping his pawn. So is there anything else that he can do? Okay, so after the knight here, stopping us from giving this check, we have to play bishop to b1. And after that, there is nothing that can be done. You might say, well, what about knight here? Blocking the bishop. Well, that doesn't do anything. We have bishop to e4. And this is even losing. This is even losing for black. So the idea here is very simple. It doesn't matter what black tries to do. We can have this bishop here, winning the queen, and then making a queen, and then forking him and winning the queen back. So it's all about tactics. Thank you for watching.